O'Ari was changing. And not in the patient way growth is supposed to happen. It was changing in a hurry. Driven by impatience and comparison, young men no longer measured success by effort or time, but by how quickly wealth could appear. Everyone wanted results without process, victory without sacrifice. Social media became a mirror that distorted reality, showing only champagne moments and never the price behind them. People stopped asking how wealth was built. They only asked why they were not rich yet. Chinedu asked that question every night. He was not born wicked. He was born tired of being overlooked, tired of explaining himself, tired of watching others rise while he remained stuck. He had dreams like any other young man, but his dreams slowly turned into resentment. And resentment, when fed daily, grows teeth. The voices around him did not help.
Friends spoke casually about shortcuts, about money rituals, about Yahoo as if it were just another business model. They talked about luxury cars and sudden respect, about how the world boasts too money, not patience. They never talked about prison. They never talked about graves. Greed never tells the full story, it only shows the reward, never the cost. At home, his mother was everything those voices hated. Eziada Chikambachu believed in time, in prayer, in honest struggle. She believed that what comes fast leaves fast, and what is built slowly lasts. She prayed for her son every morning and night, asking God to guide him, to protect him from the hunger that destroys young men. She never imagined that the danger she prayed against was already sitting at her table. Chinedu began to see her advice as weakness. Her patience sounded like delay, her faith sounded like ignorance. Respect slowly died, replaced by frustration. When a man starts seeing the people who love him as obstacles, he has already begun to fall. It began quietly, the way most betrayals do. A mother trusting her son, a son already lost to his thoughts. Chinedu approached her, hands trembling, not with hesitation, but with betrayal. Her eyes searched his, her voice called softly, "Chinedu." "What are you doing?" He said nothing, because the boy she knew was gone. Greed had taken hold. It had silenced the voice that once called her mother. In one terrifying moment, he pushed her. The world seemed to stop. Wind rushed past. Time slowed. Her scream never reached him. She fell. Death came close. But she survived, broken, bleeding, and in that moment, everything he believed in collapsed. He wanted power, wealth, control, but greed had lied. Blood had not made him powerful. It had exposed him, destroyed him, emptied him. Chinedu was arrested at the scene. The community gathered, shocked and outraged. People wanted justice, wanted punishment, wanted blood for blood. But public outrage is loud and short-lived. True justice is quiet and patient. In custody, Chinedu still believed he would escape consequences. He believed connections would save him. He believed money would still come. But karma had already started working, not with noise, but with isolation. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. The friends who pushed him toward destruction disappeared. The voices that promised wealth went silent. Greed abandons its followers the moment consequences arrive. Eziada healed slowly. Every scar on her body became a reminder, not of hatred, but of truth. She learned that love without wisdom can be dangerous, that silence can be stronger than shouting, that revenge does not always require action, sometimes it requires endurance. When the trial finally came, people expected tears. They expected forgiveness or curses. Instead, they saw a woman who had outgrown both. Eziada spoke clearly, calmly, without exaggeration or bitterness. Truth does not need anger to destroy lies. Each word she spoke carried more weight than any scream ever could. The courtroom was silent, and for the first time, Chinedu truly understood what he had done, not because of the sentence, but because of the woman standing before him alive, unbroken, and no longer afraid. The sentence was heavy, years behind bars, years of watching life move forward without him. No luxury cars, no sudden wealth, no legacy, just time to remember every choice that led him there. Esiada returned to her life, to her church, to her prayers. She did not celebrate the downfall of her son. Her revenge was not his punishment. Her revenge was survival. It was dignity. It was living long enough to let karma speak without interruption. Oweri eventually moved on. But the lesson remained: fast money is slow destruction. Shortcuts always charge interest. The people who push you toward evil will never stand beside you when consequences arrive. Chinedu wanted quick success. What he received was a slow, painful education. Esiada lost her innocence, but she kept her life. The blood he tried to offer rejected him. Because not every sacrifice is accepted, and not every path to wealth leads upward. Some revenge does not shout. Some justice does not strike. Some punishment comes simply from living long enough to see the truth. And in the end, that truth is heavier than any sentence.
They thought silence meant weakness, but silence remembers. Karma never forgets, and justice never rushes. If this story spoke to you, stay with us. Like, follow. Thank you for listening and watching. Because here, silence always wins.